When you bump up to the person, you really need to find out who the person is so you know how to treat the person, especially when you feel like you are not that social person and you are not 100% confident in any social interaction. So it's better for us to be able to read the person and evaluate and adjust our behavior so we bond better with the person. It's better for us to know a process, at least a draft of the process, but having some steps that we are meeting so it's easier for us and we can sort of get rid of that extra anxiety and extra stress from forming that communication. Hi everybody, I'm Martin Semerad. I'm a communication, body language, confidence and charisma enthusiast, and I really love to speak about these things and passing and spreading the word to anyone who's watching the channel. If you want to know more about body language, because that's what I've been doing for the most, here is an ebook that I have written, which is for free, so you can download it down in the description. And if you want to learn more on communication, body language and stuff like that, and also support me in my journey, there are some courses, some of them are for free, some of them are paid, so just feel free to check it out. And now we are diving in. We like the most things that are the most similar to us and the things that we already know. So we are going to follow this theory in building the procedure that we will want to use when we are meeting with people. So when you are meeting someone for the first time, you want to look at that person with an intention of looking at that person. You don't want to look at them and evaluate who they are and how rich they are and I don't know how many kids do they have and stuff like this. This is for no good when you are in a conversation, because in a conversation you want to bond with that person, you want to make them feel alright, you want to make them feel nice, or whatever intention you set before the conversation. Yeah, it's quite important to set an intention for the communication, but I will talk about it in another video. But the first thing is to look at the person and be aware of how the person acts, how the person expresses, and maybe what the person is wearing. And when you're looking at them, you will find out they use a different amount of hand gestures, they have different amount of confidence, eye contact, different vocabulary, different stances, different overall energy, different volume. They are maybe very loud or they are maybe very quiet, and you want to kind of match them in that. So you really want to pay attention to how they are, to how they express, because we will use that in a next step. You want to model your behavior so you are matching their behavior. It's called matching, and it's really important in a communication because, as I said, by doing that you are tuning in to their level of energy and their language of communication, meaning that you will understand better what they are communicating. So when you are, for example, going to bump up to a person who is kind of louder and more dominant, you want to model their behavior and simultaneously not worry about losing your own authenticity and your own persona, because you are still you. There is no chance you will fake it that amazingly that you will lose your sort of authenticity. So if you are really quiet, you will be still quieter than the other person, but they will on an unconscious, subconscious level feel that you are trying to meet their communication style, and they will feel better with you, and you might gain some sort of advantages from that position. So for example, when I am talking with my cousin, with my older cousin, he is this very macho, kind of a rude person, usually a person that you usually don't want to hang out with. But when I am with him, I know that I need to put up my macho persona as well. I am way louder, I am way more dominant in my expressions, in my behavior, and I curse way more. But I know that when I do that, I'm going to get his attention, I'm going to get him to focus on me, and we can bond better, and then I can lead him into changing the behavior as a little bit and make him to match my style, which is way more quieter and way less macho in a way. On the other side, when I'm talking to my Sifu, a teacher of martial arts we I used to have, he has a way quieter tone, way quieter level of energy, and I have a higher level of energy, so I had to calm myself down, so we are at least on a similar level of energy, so we can talk and we can progress in communication. And as you can see, I've worked that up, and I am using that on everyday basis, and every person that I'm meeting, I'm trying to model their behavior so we can bond better, so they can feel nice with me, and maybe we can like agree on something easier, or we just leave each other afterwards happy that we had a good talk, and when it doesn't work, it just doesn't work. But this is very important for you to look at the person for the sake of finding out how they are expressing themselves, and then try to do it on your own. And the point number 3, very important and quite good to know as well, is you can't view that as something logical. Behavior, emotions and stuff like that are way far from logical things. So you just want to take it as a fact that he is louder, so I need to be louder too. I don't know why he is louder, and I'm not going to figure it out. I just need to match him in that very trait if I want to go further away, if I want to go further in that communication, in our relationship. I need to match him, but I can't try to find out why is that. There might be some reasons for that in their past. Maybe their father was too loud or too quiet, they wanted to change that. Can't find that out unless you are their therapist and you can dig deep in their psyche, and it's not your goal to do it. You just need to get that very skill that whenever you see someone, whenever you see their behavior, you want to model them and adjust your behavior so you are the most similar to them, if you want to follow some sort of goal in that communication, some sort of intention you set beforehand. But how to do it? It's really simple. I see you are using hands, I'll be using hands too. I see you tend to touch me a little bit more, so I will try to touch you as well, and in a non-sexual way, of course, so like patting on the shoulders, maybe hands, and maybe when we are greeting, I will shake your hands a little bit longer. When you are a bit more quiet, I will volume down as well, and I will speak less. I will ask you maybe more, or I will ask you less when I see that you don't want really to talk. When you are comfortable with eye contact, we will look at each other's eyes a bit more than when you are not comfortable with that. So whatever you see in that person, you try to reproduce it, and that is the language that the other person understands and feels like natural for him. So it will be the easiest way to connect with that person and to find a common language that you can speak at, and that is the goal that you want when you are talking to someone. So when you are feeling stressed about meeting new people, it's quite easy, but don't worry, I'm making a course, the whole huge course about how to start talking with how to start communication with confidence and charisma. But it's not what I'm talking about right now. So when you are meeting someone, you just try to observe their body language, their expressions, and reproduce it on your own, and you will do great, because it works for me for like, I don't know, 10 years, and that's quite a long time. So that's it for now. Thank you very much for watching the video, and I will be happy to meet you in the next one. And the last thing, if you've liked that video, please like it, please share it, please I do whatever you feel like, but I will be very happy seeing you in the next video. Bye.